Good morning, everyone. It's July 4th, 2023, and we're getting Mike's smoker going this morning. Getting ready to put a brisket on here, some ribs, chicken, corn, beans, all kinds of stuff today. So we're excited. Got Macy helping me. She's loving it, and we hope you all have a great July 4th. All right, so we've got a brisket here. This is fat side up. We've got this thick, heavy fat up here. We're gonna wanna trim that to about 1/4 inch thick. If you don't do that, it's just not gonna cook well. The fat's not gonna run around at that low smoke temperature. So we're gonna get this trimmed up and get it seasoned up. As you can see, we've got our brisket in there. We've got our smoker, about 240 degrees this morning. We're looking for a temp of about 175. And then we're gonna come back out here and we're gonna wrap it up in tin foil, nice and tight, put it back on there, and then get it up to about 205 to 210 to finish it off. Probably looking at about 8 hours until we hit the 175 mark, 7-8 hours. So we will check back with you. So now we're at about 180 degrees internal. So we're gonna take a look at it, see how it looks. Oh, yes. Now we're gonna wanna wrap this up in tin foil and keep it going. And we'll get a nice bark on here, good crust on it, and get it to about 210 internal. All right, now when we put it back in, we're gonna put the pointy end down towards the firebox. We're gonna change the direction of it. All right, the brisket is getting on up there, pushing 205 degrees internal. So that's about where you want to start checking it for your probe. You want it to be real probe tender. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, it should go in there very easily, come right back out. So we're going to check it and see. Oh yes. Yeah, so that's done there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take that off. We're gonna wrap it in 2 or 3 towels. We're gonna sit it down in the cooler, and it's just gonna rest. It'll stay hot the rest of the day. You know, 4 or 5 o'clock, 5:30, we'll get it back out, slice it up, and be ready for dinner. All right, now we're gonna get our ribs going. Start with pulling the membrane off the back of it here. All right, we've got our ribs here. They're sweating right now. Got our rubs on there. We're gonna let that sit for about 30 minutes. First off, right here, we're gonna do a bourbon barbecue glazed rib. Start off with the Gospel AP rub from Meat Church. And smoke this for about 2 or 3 hours, then come back, put it in aluminum foil, put our mixture on there, put some butter on there, and finish those. Next, we're gonna do a Memphis style, just dry rib here. Went with a hardcore carnivore sweet barbecue rub. That's not gonna see any sauce, just the rub. Smoked those for about 4.5 hours. And lastly, we're just gonna do a traditional barbecue rib here. Start off with honey bacon barbecue. Smoke those for about 2 hours or so. Come back, put a glaze of barbecue sauce on it, and put some butter, wrap them in tin foil, and they'll be done in about 2 hours after that. So, stay tuned. Happy July 4th.